Good evening, everyone. Myself Rashid Ahmed Khan. I am a PhD student at University of Sheffield, United Kingdom. Today I am over here to present our contribution in a fourth international conference on electronics and electrical engineering. So the title of our contribution is a comprehensive review on electrical vehicle battery swapping station, and the paper ID is 2366 as we can see on the screen. And the authors of the paper are Muhammad Tahmid Hussain, Ahmed bin Afzal, Altaf Hussain, Ahmed Azim, Rashid Ahmed, Hassan, Muhammad Rizwan Khalid, Adil Sarwar, and Muhammad Sayyid Jamil Asghar. So first I would like to begin with the introduction of our contribution. So we should know that what is battery swapping. As from the title of the paper, we are aware that we would like to discuss about the battery swapping. So what is the battery swapping? Means in simple word we can relate it to like a replacement of a battery with an already charged one. So battery swapping is a process. It is a process in which an electrical vehicle depleted or having a low capacity of battery pack is replaced with a fully charged at a designated service or a place or a facility. This allows EV owner to quickly recharge their vehicle without waiting for the battery to charge, addressing to some of the challenges associated with the traditional charging methods, such as long charging time, limited charging structure in the like remote areas or in the village. So there are various steps or process which we could handle in the process of battery swapping, like arrival at destination, like the driver or the owner of the electrical vehicle would like to arrive at the charging station at the charging station, which is like a infrastructure for charging the battery. Then the battery removal, he will remove his battery from his car or a scooter wherever it has been installed, and then replacement of the battery, like he will remove the battery from the car or electrical vehicle and just put it in the charging station and swap with the already charged battery from there and put back the battery which has already discharged. So these are these few steps which the driver or the owner of the electrical vehicle would like to encounter in the whole process. And in the next slide we can see like battery swapping has a potential to significantly reduce the time of refueling in the electrical vehicle compared to the traditional charging, especially for a long distance travel or in a situation where fast turnaround are necessary, such as commercial fleet or a long drive. However, battery swapping also presents challenges. There are some challenges happens in the battery swapping, including standardization of the battery packs. Means the battery which I am having should have it at the charging station also. There should be not any like difference in the rating or maybe in the connector which we would carry in the forward slide, like what are the challenges which could occur in our swapping process across the different electrical model infrastructure and the logistic and managing of number of large battery packs. It's important to note that while battery swapping has been explored and implemented by some companies, like some company has already like implemented the process of battery swapping, like when I was pursuing my master's in Taiwan from NTUST Taiwan Tech, in front of my dormitory there was a battery swapping charging station of a company called Gogoro. It's basically manufactured the electrical vehicle scooter, not the like a car. They manufacture the scooter. So of that scooter in front of our dormitory there was a station at which the owner or the driver comes and just swap his battery. So some companies had already like installed these things, and adoption for the somewhat limited compared to the other charging method like fast charging or home charging solution. Like this is like a replica, or not a replica exact we can say, it's just like a replacement or some other solution as compared to the fast charging or the home charging solution. The industry has been focusing on improving the battery technology and charging the infrastructure to address some of the limitation associated with the battery swapping. Now we would like to move to our next slide. This one is our next slide. So why the battery swapping is necessary, means what is the need of the battery swapping, because they are already like fast charging or home based charging. So what is the need of this new method? Like what is the motive behind the launching of battery swapping method? So there are many reasons like why we need the battery swapping, because it dramatically reduces the charging time. As we can see, because when we appear at the traditional charging station, we need to charge our battery, whether it is fast charging or whatever type of charging. It also take like 8 to 10 minutes, like fast charging take 10 to 15 minutes to charge the our vehicle. But in the battery swapping, it will just take few minutes, just taking out the battery, putting the old one and taking the new one, just like exchanging of the battery. It will hardly take few minutes, like 4 to 5 minutes. So it reduces the charger timing. And battery swapping also offers a potential solution to the limitation of charging infrastructure, means at limited charging station. Because when we can, or like we have a charging station, or there we can only have like 2 to 3 cord through which we can connect our vehicle. Like a charging station only can serve like 3 to 4 vehicle at a single time. But in case of a battery swapping, as much as battery we will keep our charging station, so we can provide service to that much of a car parallelly. But if we have a charging station, traditional one, then we can only charge the car depending upon the number of cord or the cable we have. So it can manage a large number of customers or the owner of the electrical vehicle at a single time. So it can play a significant role in accelerating the adoption of the electrical vehicle by providing a convenient and time efficient charging solution, because it is saving the time. Because nowadays we know that everyone wants that his time to be saved, like everyone is willing to save his time. So by implementing this method, person can save a lot of time. Just within a few minutes he can just swap his batteries. So what are the advantage of this, like battery swapping? Why we are doing this advantages? So it's reduce the charging time, reduce the anxiety means people are worrying about this thing, so it reduces this thing. Scalability and flexibility of EV fleets, so on a long drive also it can help a lot. Impact of extending the battery lifespan, because like if we are full fast charging, then it can affect the health of the battery. But if we are using the swapping, so it can increase the lifespan of the battery. Lower infrastructure cost, as I have already discussed, like we no need to provide a different like many cord. So just by swapping the battery, no need of cord or providing a large space for car parking. So these things we can save. Lower infrastructure and convenience, it is very convenient to use the swapping of the battery. Demonstrated the success in the various market, like I already discussed. Some companies I have, like Tesla and Gogoro, they have already implemented and launched these methods. So what are the process which involve in the battery swapping? Means what are the process? Like over here we can see like there is a battery in a stack at the battery swapping station. So these are generally charged by the grid or a solar PV system. So if we are moving more towards the renewable or the green energy, then we will use solar PV or maybe the wind turbine to charge these batteries. And this is that like the controlling unit which controls like how many batteries are left out, or these things. We can connect these things to the IoT also to just see to just monitor that how many batteries are left or how much charging more time is required. And these are the electrical vehicle, which in this direction means from the car to the battery station. It means that they are giving the discharged battery, and from battery station to the car, this direction shows that they are carrying the charged battery from there. So arrival at the vehicle inspection, the vehicle will arrive over there. A battery identification, like which battery, like there are some different ratings of our battery, so we need to identify that what is the rating of my battery. Then battery removal, we will remove the battery. Then examination means what is the like rating of my battery, then replace with the another battery. Then battery connection, we will put the already discharged battery with the connector to connect the discharge battery for the charging. And then verification, then charging data synchronization, like then it will charge, then we will come do the payment and take the already charged battery from there. So these are the process one by one which we need to follow while swapping our battery. So like battery swapping techniques, like there are the battery swapping techniques, like there are 4 kind of battery swapping techniques. First is the vertical battery swapping, means in the vertical direction. Sideways battery swapping means from the side we can do the swapping, and the rear seat means the rear seat of the car or the vehicle, we can do a swapping from there also. And the bottom battery swapping, from the bottom side we can also do the battery swapping. So these are the 4 swapping techniques which we could implement. Now technical challenges and solution, like there are like different sizes and different composition, chemical reaction, so these also affect the health of the battery, so we need to tackle these things. So different vehicles have different module, like we have a socket, 2-pin socket, 3-pin socket. Similarly, electrical vehicle have also like different socket, so we are encountering these things while using the battery swapping. And high voltage battery, like some batteries are like high voltage and they are trained personnel, means the person who removed the battery from the car, he should be a trained person, so that he could handle the emergency situation. And now we will move further, like battery degradation or mismatched battery. Like my battery, like the rating of my battery is different as I have taken from there, so we need to take care of these things and manage the health of the battery. Then there is a battery management system, like battery management, how we can manage the charging of the battery. Then we can integrate, as already discussed, like solar PV or maybe wind turbine, we can implement these things to charge our battery. And smart energy system, like from the IoT we can implement these things. And automation of the battery swapping, so we can use some advanced robotics which could help in these things. So what are the now challenges? Like electrification of public transportation, as in I'm in UK, I am seeing a lot of electrification of train and different type of things of public transportation, so these can be also implemented. So these are the challenges nowadays in front of like the battery swapping techniques. So they are like autonomous vehicle, like driverless car, so these also need some efficient charging. And policy challenges, like the government is implementing new rules, so we need to have the infrastructure in such a way so that it could follow all the government guidelines. And like evolving advancement of the things, like day by day, there will be like new battery things, new battery and new battery ratings, new chemical reactions, so different type of battery will launch in the future. So we have an infrastructure which could take account of all these things. And these all like are the references of our paper, so we could can so now we could conclude our presentation over here. So thanks to listening me, and have a nice day. Thank you.